The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. To know that you do not know is the best. To think you know when you do not is a disease. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. When anger rises, think of the consequences. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. When the winds of change blow, some build walls and others build windmills. Patience is a bitter plant, but its fruit is sweet. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. When you drink the water, remember the spring. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. A book holds a house of gold. If you don't want anyone to know, don't do it. If you want to find happiness, find gratitude. The best fighter is never angry. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. The softest things in the world overcome the hardest things in the world. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. To see things in the seed, that is genius. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals. Adjust the action steps. The man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both correct. Study the past if you would define the future. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. The mark of a wise man is the ability to hold two contradictory ideas in mind at the same time. The key to success is not in the hand, but in the heart. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. The more you know, the less you need. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances as water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. The more laws and orders are imposed, the more thieves and robbers there will be. The sage does not accumulate. The more he assists others, the more he possesses. The wise man does not lay up his own treasures. The more he gives to others, the more he has for his own. The more you try to control something, the more it controls you. Great acts are made up of small deeds. The highest virtue is to act without a sense of self.